Well, hey there team, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Warhammer Underworlds Online. That was very well received. It seemed I put that video out right on the cusp of this game actually going into full release from early access. I'd been sitting on this game for months, I just hadn't, it hadn't gotten to the top of the queue basically, so what a pleasant coincidence that was. As always, set a target at the beginning. If we hit 20 views on this video, I will put the next one in the queue. Shouldn't be a problem since this one got hundreds and hundreds, or the last one did, but that could just be because of that release window. But once we hit 20, I'll just record another one and put it back in the queue because that's the system. So what are we looking at here? We've got our orcs sort of thing. I played a bit of a bot. Someone asked how it was versing the bots. It seems fine, I guess. I haven't actually played ranked at this point, but I do get the idea that this game, it doesn't seem to be a big trash talky sort of, you know, I don't think you'd have voice comms. So I suppose what I would say is if you didn't find the bots to be challenged enough, you probably would find it in ranked. But I mean, let's not kid ourselves. This game is clearly built as a non-stop ranked play sort of thing, like Hearthstone. I think Hearthstone I would use as the best example because your interaction with the other player is only really to give you a more complicated opponent, an AI. It's not necessarily for the human interaction as far as I can understand. I'm gonna have a look at editing this deck because I want to understand what that's about. Alright, so we've got fighters. Fighters, objectives, ploys. Okay. Alright, well, I only seem to have 4 fighters. What's this? Iron Skulls, Skull Starter. You know what? We will actually go... and I'm just gonna go like this. What happens if I start a new Iron Skulls deck? Right? What are you gonna do to me, game? So it gives me the exact same 4 dudes. I can rename the deck. Cosmetics? What's this about? Okay, that's a bit thin. Okay. 12 out of 12, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. It doesn't look like there's any real customization there, which I'm kind of thinking, yeah, discard changes. I'm kind of thinking maybe when we play, we may unlock stuff. Customized fighters. Is that the same? Oh, here we go. Decrypt boys. Ooh, look at them. They look cool. Yeah, see, because I've got extra slots. I wonder what that's all about. What we might do is we'll give ranked play a go, because that makes sense. There are more tutorials to do. What I will actually, you know what? Tutorial, because we did the basics, and that was really good. That was a really robust tutorial. It taught us everything we needed to know. We might just do this cards and glory thing. We may even just blast through it, to see what that's all about. As best I can understand, you have 2 decks. One is objectives, where it's situational. Like you don't necessarily hold these objectives 5 unless you have a card that says hold that objective. But let's let this game speak for itself. This tutorial will be covering scoring glory, power cards, and the action phase and the end phase. Okay, that's fine. Each round has 1 action phase where you both take it in turns to activate fighters and play power cards. Yes, and we figured that out when we did that bot match. Following the action phase, the round proceeds to the end phase. We score objectives at the end and prepare for the next round. Yep. Order of play. Magor's Fiends will first go this round. This is the start of the action phase, and each player will be able to make 4 activations each, followed by a power step after each activation. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, so I was a little confused as to the flow of when it lets you play those cards. It's important to understand turn-based structure of the action phase in order to make the best possible decisions. Yes. So we roll off to see who gets initiative. I think he did because he had a critical win. Enemy activation 1 performs a move action, then ends his first action. The game now moves to the power step. Right, so he gets a move. After every activation, both you and your opponent take turns... Oh, it's after every activation. Take turns playing power cards to affect the battle. Magor's Fiend has played Sidestep to push Riptooth 1 hex. You can now play a power card. Right? Which are these cards on the left, which augment your dudes on the field. But firstly, let's learn about power cards. These cards are played during the power step and have powerful effects that can be used to help turn the tide of battle in your favour. You have ploys and upgrades, right? Ploys are a type of power card that have a single use effect either immediately or during the next activation. Alright, so it's an instant, it's a one and done. These cards are identifiable by the sword symbol. Okay, yeah. On the other one has like a hammer. Is that the idea? No, where's the sword symbol? Oh, in the left. Okay, the sword, and then you've got a cog. Power card ploys. We're going to use one of these ploys to push this bloke, Angry Anderson, onto an objective marker. These will be explained in more detail. Select and drag sidestep. So what's this do? You can push them 1 hex. So I drag that out to play and release. Right? And then Angry's going to move up 1. Right. Power step, opponent's turn. After playing sidestep, Magor's Fiends gets a chance to play another power card if they would like to. They choose not to. Right, so it goes back to me. I'm assuming when you pass, you're passed for the whole thing. The power will continue until both players have no more power cards that they want to play or are able to play. When you don't have any more power cards that you want to play, you can click pass to go to the next activation. Right. Neither player has power cards to play, right? So, okay, so you press pass. I understand this. Activation 1. With the... I really like this game a lot. Probably perfect timing during quarantine if you were planning on playing some tabletops with your mates or anything like that. This is it. With the power step, you can begin your activation. Yeah, okay. But still too far away. So let's look at our objective cards. Objective cards will help you earn glory if you can achieve their conditions, usually by the end of the round, known as the end phase. Yes. Hold objective 4 will score you 1 glory if you have a fighter place. Yep, and we figured that out. That is pretty self-explanatory sort of stuff. The objective markers, you can see them there. You can earn glory by hold object... Okay, yeah. We sort of just covered that. Discard and draw. Instead of activating a fighter on your turn, as shown on the previous tutorial, you can choose to discard an objective card instead. Oh, that counts as an activation. This is useful if you hold a card you don't think you'll score during this round. This round's 4 activations. Oh, so you get like a free move in front. It doesn't count as your activation. So you can move or you can manage your cards. I think that's what it's saying. And you don't think you'll score during this round's 4 activations and give your opportunity to draw a better one. Right. Select and drag the discard and draw objective card from your objective hand onto the play area to activate this. Oh. And is this... We're in activation 1, so I think this actually will count as my activation. With objective marker 4 too far away if your fighters... It's highly unlikely. Yeah, okay. So let's discard that. You've drawn hold objective 5. This is much easier. Oh, you draw immediately as well. So can I just keep cycling like crazy? Or just one? After your activation, there is another power step. Looking through our cards, there isn't any cards that we want to play. Yep, that's okay. So we'll pass the power step. Yeah, see, that did count as an activation. Okay, cool. So you can objective manage in lieu of it. And I think you could also do it for these cards as well. Riptooth uses a move. That's, okay. That's really interesting. So you could potentially build heavy into like a card. Well, I'm guessing if they give us more cards that we can unlock from playing ranked or something. But you could actually have a really almost magic deck, like a very tricksy sort of objective-based or card-based deck. Or play style is what I'm trying to say. Riptooth uses a move, yep, to put itself on objective marker 5. Get out of here, you frilled-necked mongrel. That's mine. I want to be on that. Magor has played a ploy called Blood Slick Ground, which means your fighter's movement will be reduced by -2. You won't be able to charge the enemy. This seriously limits your options. Yeah, I see. Neither player has power cards. Pass. Your fighter movement has been reduced by this blood-slick ground, right? Make it difficult yet again for you to activate your fighters this turn. But there are always other things you can do. Yeah, right. Draw power cards. Instead of activating a fighter, you can draw a power card. So look for a ploy or upgrade that might give you the... Okay. Right, so we drag this out just like before. It's a good thing we did this tutorial. Peal of Thunder will be used... We'll use it in future, so we'll hold on to it for now. Oh, so that just draws one card. Okay. After your activation, there is another power step. Looking through your cards, we don't want to play it. Yeah. Okay. So far, so good, team. Guard Talk performs a move. Yep. And good for him. Power step. You can play multiple cards to great effect. Okay. Peal of Thunder to push Riptooth off. Oh, okay. Choose an enemy fighter and push them one hex in any direction. That's very cool. So we're going to do that. Choose him. And you can just get the bloody hell out of here, big fella. Magor has no power cards to play, so they pass. But you can still play more. Wonderful. Oburn will be able to move and hold objective marker 5, but we're not going to stop there. We're also going to attempt to take down Riptooth in one hit. Right, so I can knock him back potentially and follow up, but he can't knock me back as a charger. So yes, it makes sense to charge him on that square. Okay. Play Righteous Zeal. This card will give our first attack in the next activation +1 damage. Okay. With a range of 1 or 2. Okay, well, let's just play that. We don't have to give it to a specific dude. It's just going to be on the next attack. Okay. Is there a visual indicator of that somewhere for, like, my opponent to know? I don't think so. So pass. Alright, now's your time to strike. Oburn, is that you? Right. And then we press that. It's all, like, the controls in UI are quite simple, which is good. You don't need that. The complexity should be in the tactics and the maneuvering in the game. The interface for this shouldn't be like a skilled timing cap thing, so I quite like how it works at the moment. Now that you've earned some glory from taking out Riptooth, we can teach you about upgrades. Okay. Upgrades are a type of power card that are permanently attached to your fighters to improve their stats. That's pretty cool. And obviously the downside of it is if the guy dies, then all the 5 cards you stacked on him die with him. So high risk, high reward, I guess. These cards are identified by the gear symbol, right? Equipping upgrades. To equip an upgrade, you must spend... you have to spend glory you have earned. I'm so glad I checked that. I didn't know that. Don't worry, spent glory still counts towards your overall score. Oh. So you generate it almost like a mana currency. You don't lose it, but it unlocks more. That's interesting. I mean, immediately my reaction is that helps you snowball, which I don't usually like that sort of stuff. Because there's no point stomping someone. But what it actually does is it encourages you to grab glory early and to play these cards. That is sick. Okay. Equip Severin with great speed. And you get to play these cards for bloody free anyway. By dragging them onto the play area. This will allow him to move 1 extra hex. Yeah. Alright, so we do that and then we pick him. That's cool. It's almost like RPG mechanics. Neither player has power cards to play. Yep. What's this bloke? Zarkus. The Blood-Sighted. Well, that must make seeing things very difficult. This is Magor's last activation for the round. Zarkus moves forward onto objective marker 3. Look at them, they're playing the objectives. They're being sensible. Pass the power step. Yes, sir. Your last activation. Thanks to the upgrade, Severin can now move much further. Use the charge to attack Zarkus. Wonderful. Yeah, hopefully drive him back. If we win, we can knock him back, denying them the chance to score objective 3. Now, like, we don't know for certain. It tells us here he's got 3 objective cards, but presumably he has, like, hold 3, hold 4, and hold 5 because he was trying to grab all of them. I think it's a safe bet. Select Severin. I guess we can drive back from there. Like, that doesn't really matter. Oh, 2 bigs. Yeah, I'll get off my square, little man. Back you go. And I could follow up. Couldn't I? I think I could, it just didn't let me in this case. Neither... Okay. During the end phase, each player scores glory for whatever objectives they've achieved. See, there you go. He had hold 2. Oh, which he's holding back there. And 4. Cheeky boy. Okay. 2 glory. Yep. Okay. Magor uses his newly earned glory to use upgrade cards, equipping his fighters for the next round. Okay, cool. So if I mouse over them, can I tell what upgrades they have? Or maybe it just changes their stat line. You managed to score all your objectives. Yep. Markers 1 and 5. Also, your fighters do not take any points of damage in the last round, so I get Sigmar's Bulwark. Oh, and you can see, like, one of them's... If you mouse over them, it splits them. So one of them's grayed out because I already spent that one on a point. On an upgrade. Cool. Let's equip Oberyn with the It is Oberyn? Yeah. Great Fortitude. Which gives him an extra wound. That's pretty fancy. Here you go, bro. Have another wound. Some upgrades can only be equipped to certain fighters. Yeah, I saw that. Lightning Blade can only be equipped to Severin, right? What's that do? Cool stuff, presumably. Let's go. In phase, draw step. You now get to draw back up to 5 power cards and 3 objective cards ready for the round 2. Okay. Oh, it auto draws. That's cool. That was the missing part. I was like, okay, cool. So you want to spend these as much as you possibly can within the limits of your dollars that you have. All fighters had their move and charge tokens removed. Yep. Okay. Oh, that's right. The support are like secondary tiebreaker rolls. Magor's Fiends wins a roll-off. Is he choosing to go first? Yeah. Charge action against Severin. Here he comes. Here he comes, boys. Housewife number 1, boys. Alright. Healing potion. Okay. Oh. To remove 2 wound tokens. Nice. Taking some damage. Wound potion on him to... Oh, okay. So I've got a healing potion as well. I'd buy that for $1. Give that to him. Oh, yeah, there's a roll component. Okay. It's not as effective as we'd hope, but we must soldier on. Oh, I see. Right, okay. I didn't actually read the text on the healing potion. Neither player has power cards to play right now. Yes, that's fine. So I guess we're going to play through this whole match. Lightning Blade has a range characteristic of 2, allowing Severin to act Gartok without needing to move or charge. That's pretty handy. So Severin, if we press that and give him the jab. Now, can we knock him back? That's what I'm curious about. Oh, it doesn't really matter. It didn't work. Some ploys are reactions and cannot be played normally in the power step. Instead, they trigger automatically in response. Tireless Assault has triggered because one of your fighters missed their attack. You can play it now to allow... Okay, in a moment, Drag Tireless Assault card onto the play area. Oh, now, okay, so I've played games like this before. The thing is, with this happening, it depends how wily your opponent is. If he knows, say this is Tireless Assault is the only sort of interrupt card that this team can have, that the Stormcast can have. He might know that. Because the game, I missed an attack, it's paused. Like, if he was a player right now, he'd be waiting for me to pass or move. Which is unusual, that doesn't normally happen. Which then telegraphs to him that I have this card in my hand. So if I don't play it, he'd at least have that knowledge. It's not a huge deal, but it is a component of it. Does he get knocked back? Some attack actions have abilities. Lightning Blade has an effect that applies +1 damage when a crit is rolled, so Gartok will be taking 2 instead of 1. Okay. Pass power. Charge to Oberyn. They do look pretty cool, these Chaos blokes, I'll tell you that. Alright. Get off my square, he says. Cleave. That roll would have been a draw, but Magor's attack has the cleave ability, which means the target of his attack cannot use block symbols. Sort of like armor penetration. It's a bit like a chopper, in a way. That's right, because you can put guys in a guard state as well, remember, to get dodges counting. Neither player has power cards to play right now, so pass to continue. Okay. You're going to teach you about score immediately objectives. Oh. Some objectives can be scored during the action phase, right? Lightning Strikes is one such objective card. Right? I can't really read it. Let's use this bloke. Select Angrad. Right. Click, oh, that's the Sheila. Right, click her hammer. Click Gartok. Roger. Oh, she does kind of look Sheila-y. She's a lot smaller than these blokes. Okay. What's going on? Whenever you score an objective immediately, you get to instantly draw another objective card to replace it. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so it sort of just resolves itself. Just need to be aware of what I've got. What's going on here? Let's put that glory to and equip Oberyn with Brave Strike. Roll an extra dice if there are no adjacent friendly fighters. Oh, okay. Fight the good fight on your own, big fella. Right. Pass the power step. I'm starting to get the flow of this. And it does. It feels a lot like the tabletop, which is the funny thing. But obviously on a smaller scale. Again, I haven't played Age of Sigmar in ages. But yeah, it definitely feels like a warband version of like 40k and all that sort of stuff, which is, you know, what this is supposed to be. Zarkus is activated and uses a charge attack to move next to Angered and attack her. Roger. Uh-oh. Yeah, she's not impressed. Oh, that's right, they get jazzed up if they get wounded or something like that. I can't remember. Score immediately. He scored no escape because the warband charge... This is because the warband charged with 3 of their fighters. Wow. You only get 1 point for that? Oh, okay. Pass power cards. Let's use Severin to perform a charge action to attack Zarkus. Hopefully we can take him out and prevent him from scoring hold objective 3, which we assume he may have in his hand. Yeah, right. So this bloke here. Okay. Let's give it a red hot. Select Severin. I guess I can just select the weapon straight away. Oh. Sigmarite broadsword. Why can't I use that one? I think I could, but they might have just... They've just removed it for me so I don't come off the rails on the tutorial. Oh, that's no good. Some fighters have special abilities that let them automatically make a reaction. Ah. Oh, so he got like a return attack or something. Zarkus gets to use his Gorfist attack action whenever an enemy misses an attack against him. That's pretty cool. That's very cool, actually. Well, now, was that something that he attached to his dude? Maybe. Not sure. This presents us with an opportunity. If we can't smite the Corn Warrior, we can at least dislodge him, right? Confusion. Choose two fighters that are adjacent to each other and have them switch. Oh, very sneaky. Very tricky. Let's go with them. Whoop. See you, mate. Oh, do I have hold objective 3? Oh, I do. Okay, cool. Clever. Neither player has power cards. We're on activation 4. Have charge tokens on them. Oh. So none of them can be activated. Either draw a power card, just, yep, okay. So he's thrown out objective 3 because he knows he can't take it. Neither player has power cards to play right now. Yep. Oberyn is your only fighter without a charge token. Okay. Attack upgrades. Some upgrades will give your fighters new attack actions. Brave Strike will do less damage than Sigmarite Grandhammer, but will allow Oberyn to roll one more die if he has no friendly fighters. Okay. Rolling more die will give him a better chance of hitting Magor. Well, yeah, I guess it depends what you're trying to do here. Are we trying to do more damage or hit more likely? Because, okay. But that's the point. You'd have to weigh that. Select Oberyn. Off we go. You can drive back your target. Right, so let's push him into the corner. Get out of here, scumbag. Alright, we'll pass. Each player has performed 4 actions each. Objectives, here we go. Bang bang. Rivers of blood. With every fighter having taken at least some damage. Oh, okay, cool. That's a tricky one to engineer. Hold objective 3. Okay. End of tutorial. Right. In the next tutorial we'll cover the entire match from start to finish. I don't know if we're going to need to do that one. I think we've got the idea. You know? But yeah, something I'm not super clear on. What's this? What's the question mark do? Not super clear on if, like, we can get rewards to augment our things. Especially now that we're in version 1, right? And to me, that will make a huge difference. Like I said, I can't answer it right now. I'll be happy to do it on the next episode. We'll go straight into ranked play. But if we can unlock, you know, more cards, more little dudes, and then you can mix and match your warband and do, like, obviously they're not going to level up, but if you can customize them, it does say edit deck, right? When it says 12 out of 12, oh, they're the highlighted ones that that I have and I don't have. Oh, okay. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. Look at that. Okay, cool. So there's definitely... Oh, and that's the total objective points for your deck. So you can build an objective deck, you can build a poise deck, and an upgrade deck. 10 out of 10 plus. So you could put more... You could probably... flood your upgrade deck. Oh my goodness. Okay, so everything's unlocked. Ah. So I could, like... There we go. You can go past... 10 out of 11? Oh. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. And then presumably... Look, here we go. Brutal Frenzy. So we've got cards that apply to specific dudes. Ah. Right, okay, so... I don't think you earn any new dudes. I'm pretty certain that you don't earn anything, actually, but like I said, you've got specific things that you can use on specific dudes. There's a lot of cards that you seem to start open with. So that's interesting. That will combat people's concerns of, like, pay to win. I like progression and unlockables and that sort of stuff, but by taking them out and just saying, here you go, everyone's got all the same crap from the beginning, it does make for a pretty even playing field. It's a little bit of a shame that we don't have more fighters. I would have liked the idea of, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's it. It would have been cool if there were more dudes to pick from, but I would almost guarantee that that's coming in the future. I would bet that that's how it's going to go down. Interesting. Interesting. And apparently they just added Skaven as well. Edit deck, which, like I said, I've in recent times I've become quite fond of Skaven, just because everyone hates Skaven. And I'm sort of like, I feel bad for them, because, you know, you got to represent, sort of thing. So, yeah, maybe we'll even give them a bell. I'm not sure. Alright guys, like I said before, what was it? 20 views on this video, and I'll put another one in the queue, and again, this is just helping me figure out what's popular on the channel and what people want to see more of, but at the same time, still getting episodes for the less popular stuff, but maybe not as frequently. So yeah, chuck us a comment, chuck us a like, let us know what you reckon. I love feedback. We might just leave it there for the time being, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.